and not poop itself.
But it might want to pip itself.
It might want to poop itself. Yay, there we go. We are recording. Fantastic stuff. That means that this stream will actually record like the others have done, so it can go onto YouTube later. Yay.
Yay.
Smooth. Yay. Almost like I know what I'm doing. Almost. But yeah, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, and welcome once more to the DK109 channel for a little more D&D. People, some of you may have been here for some time already because we're playing some Warframe earlier as well, because we also play that too. Yay. But yes, so it is Monday again, which means we've got a bit more D&D. It's the turn of the Monday Bears, who are being eaten by wolves, and fantastic stuff like that as well. So yeah, so the Monday Bears, and that means because it is the Monday Bears, I'm joined by a wonderful gaggle of reprobates. I'm joined by, in no particular order, Harry.
What's up?
I'm joined by my wonderful partner Jem,
Hello.
my queen, my darling, my love. I'm joined by Lyov.
Hi.
We got Big Mike, who's probably still got his mic muted because I saw he had a little mute symbol next to his mic on Discord a moment ago.
Hello.
There he is. And we're kind of halfway-ish in a little bit joined by Nigh, who's currently on his phone because he finished work late because they kept him on.
We might get high, we might not.
Yeah, we might. Yeah.
Dan's trying to keep the screaming cart of kittens on the tracks.
I'm really tempted to make it a bridge over water and just toss you all in. I could never do that though. That's a horrible thing. I have cats. I love cats, and that I really should have thought that joke through better before I decided to try and deliver it. But there we go. It's out there. It's on the internet now, and it can't be taken away. So all I can do is apologise for that.
Can we be the Monday cats? That sounds so much better.
No, because none of you are lazy.
No, but you know, Lyov has swagger. Nigh has just run out of all of his lives.
You think you're better than everyone, but realistically aren't.
Yeah, Maeve has just been like brooding for like 2 days. And Jem has murderous thoughts, but he's generally adorable.
And Jacob wants to kill everything. Jacob is the one that keeps.
Jacob is angsty cat.
Jacob is the cat that just pushes his thing, like makes eye contact and still pushes the vase off the mantelpiece whilst making eye contact.
100% real life and in character.
Just goes around his neighbour's houses, looks at them, and just pushes things off their mantelpiece.
Every time I crash around Mike's house and just wake up around broken glass with a concussion.
Okay, so
He's standing above me on the mantelpiece, and I'm thinking, how did he even get up there?
last week, the party decided they're going to go a little bit further onto what they had been doing, or a task they had already started, which was to be hunting some wolf pelts to basically deal with an issue of culling some wolves. And this is pretty much the shenanigans they were left with. What the fuck was that button?
What?
Jem's just gifted a sub to Mojo. Thank you for you just gifted a sub to Mojo. Things and stuff and things and stuff and stuff and things and things and stuff. Disadvantage.
You're giving me a disadvantage for doing something nice.
Yep, because why you did it. I know why you did it. You did it to try and mess with me, so it was the intent. So I'm giving disadvantage for the intent.
It's a birthday present, the same reason that I did Doja's one the other day.
Thank you, baby. I know why you really did it. I do really know why you really did it. And just.
I had to pick between Mojo and Connor, and I was just like, yeah, Mojo.
Fuck Connor. Oh, poor Connor. Poor Connor. He deserves it, but poor Connor. It's not supposed that he deserves it, it's more the fact that he can take it. But yeah, so last week, the party were engaged in a hunt for some wolves. And we are returning to them still being, well, now mostly hunted by the wolves, to be honest. Also, we realised we've added a little minor retcon regarding the health for Vivian, as we realised that when they headed out, she didn't replenish her health like she normally like you normally would do, as part of a long rest and stuff. So yeah, we've retconned that to adjust it for the for the right amount of hit pointage. And I need to close that.
Be right back.
Okay. Right, so that's that. That's that.
See, I told you I'll be right back.
Well done. Okay, so without too much ado, let's get into this, shall we? And I need a couple of these panels open. I need the wolf one and I need the direwolf one. And this one. Cool. Right. Okie dokes. So, we shall start off with this wolf here that's doing some slinking down here. And it moves around, and it moves around, and it is prowling, so that means it's moving at half speed. And there's his next turn of Maeve, the man himself.
So I'm continuing with my my new policy on newfound pacifism, and I am simply going to hold my action to twat Wolfie if he tries to attack me or an ally. And I will wait until he strikes first.
Okie dokes. Turn of this Wolfer, which is going to bound forward to give Jacob a nibble. It doesn't have an ally within range, so it doesn't get its advantage, but it does get to go nibble, nibble. Nibble, nibble, and it hits you with a 23. So that's 7 points of piercing damage to Jacob, and I need a strength save from you, please, Jacob.
Yep. Do the same first.
Yep. So the wolf clamps around your ankle, but it doesn't have the strength to pull you down. So you're still on your feet.
Cool.
And it's now your turn, so you can return fire, as it were.
I will, although I can't burn them because the pelt. So die, Wolfie, die.
That's a heck of a thing, and
That'll hit.
in a very anime style, lightning arcs along the creature's flanks, and it smokes slightly as it crumples to the floor, twitching a little bit.
You throw a Pokeball at it, and suddenly
Nice.
Ion.
Let's see what I have in store for you all.
Don't be doing new voices for me to learn.
I
I
think
can't even
I'm
get the
gonna
old
have,
one right.
I think I'm gonna have fun and cast a spiritual weapon for the first time in my life.
Spiritual weapon. Okay. So if you want to just pop
What does
that.
your spiritual weapon look like?
Yes, that is always the first question. What is the form?
My spiritual weapon is a giant version of Gertrude.
Gertrude. What?
Gertrude is a mace, isn't it?
Yes,
Does the spiritual weapon have a name too?
it's Gertrude, because it's. I don't know. Shut the fuck up. I want to die.
Can I make a suggestion?
Wow.
We just call the spiritual weapon Big Mama.
I fucking love that. Okay, I summon Big Mama.
Oh.
Can I summon it like here?
Okay, bear with me. Bear with me a second.
We've been going 10
Gain
minutes.
composure. Oh shit! I kept my big ass knife on me. That's not good. Yeah, this it's about, the blade itself is about as big as my hand. Just gotta make sure I don't get pulled over. That's all.
Yeah, that would be bad. I don't have a big old mace. I do have a big old mace thing to use, but I don't have a piece of artwork to use for this, unfortunately.
It's okay. Wait, I'll
Oh wait,
try.
no, I do.
Okay.
I just can't wait to see it. Yeah!
Nice, Big Mama. Yes.
Big Mama is just a big floating gold hammer. I love it.
Wait. Let's make it a bit more spiritual.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so I cast that, and
Ah,
as
damn,
I
I'm
cast
missing
it,
all this? Shit.
as I cast it, I shout out, "Come out, Big Mama! It's time to play!"
And you have got control of that token as well, so you can do as you see fit.
Nice. And do I get to attack with it on the same turn?
It's a bonus action to summon it. As a bonus action on your turn, so when you create you can make when you cast a spell, you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. So yeah, so you do make the attack as a part of it. So basically, each time you're gonna make an attack, just cast a spell again, and it will roll a fresh attack for it.
Okay, cool.
And it has got logged as a melee spell attack. That's good. But I guess the big one, yeah.
Actually, the small one.
The small one that basically so you're trying to hit it in
Do I
the
get
back
a
as well.
flank?
You would because it's a melee weapon thing. It is its own thing. So yeah, we'll say
Yeah,
that it makes
absolutely.
sense. So you just cast a spell again,
Okay.
and we'll work it out from there. Yeah. So that'll hit, and that's we'll say that what the hammer does is it comes down and just crushes through the doggo's spine.
Big Mama smash!
Next he's gonna be saying Big Mama snoo snoo.
Oh my lord. I didn't insert it into anybody this time, so.
What's that one line, or what's the one thing from Futurama?
Snooky wants smoosh is South Park. I remember that
There
one.
we go.
I'm just.
No, that's South Park though. That one is.
No, that's
I'm just trying to
Futurama.
figure out how long it's.
No, smush. Snooky wants smush is South Park. Snoo is Futurama.
Yeah.
Death by snoo.
Okay, yeah.
Because that's the Amazonians, from, which is the mind is willing, but the flesh is spudgy and weak.
I just want to see how long it takes for us to start getting threesome references
What
from
reference?
from Big Mama Gertrude and you.
Vivian,
Yes.
what would you like to do, my darling?
I would like to. Let me look.
You may be able to flank it. If you're witsy.
Well, I'm just wondering if I want to do a spell instead. No, I'll just whack it on the face.
Who's currently scuba diving with their mask?
I think that's Nigh.
Yeah,
because he's on his phone, so I think we've got to let him off.
Yeah, can I whack
Oh,
one
I'm
of
sorry.
them?
I'll mute myself.
No, it's fine. It's just it's not it's not really obnoxious or anything, so you're okay.
Okay. It's the road, so.
Okay, give it a bopping. That-
Poo.
That is gonna miss. Yeah, obviously you're a little bit stunned still by the previous attack against you, and you're recovering your wits and your balance. And it is going to return attack against you, unsurprisingly. And it does not have an ally within range, so it doesn't get advantage. It's going to go hum nom 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 nom. With a 23, I believe, will hit you. That's 8 points of piercing, and I need a strength saving throw from you, please. Yeah, you're fine on that bit. So it hits you, but you know the reason it's hit you is because you've managed to get your arm in the way of it to block the blow. So you're wrestling with it, and no, it's not pinning you down. You're fine.
So 8 points of damage, yeah?
8 points of damage. Yes.
Cool.
And it is this wolf, which is going to go. Who's it going to go for? It's going to go. Hello. Hola. And attempt to give Vivian a nibble. It's from Megamind. Hola.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough.
And I believe a 20 will hit you. Yeah. That is 4 points of piercing damage. And next is May's turn.
Very well. I'd like to point at Ion and Jacob and say, help Vivian, I've got these two. Step to here. Actually, more here. Ready in action that if something takes a bite of me, I'm going to take a swing back. And as a bonus action, Shield of Faith.
Okie dokes. So that means you've currently got +2 to your AC, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that wolf's actually dead. Jacob.
Okay. I'm going to move here and zappy zappy.
Okay, you get advantage on this one as well because it's a melee spell attack. So you do count as flanking this wolf, so you get to cast that spell at advantage.
Zap.
Nice. Oh.
Piss poor damage, but it hits.
The roll was good.
Yeah.
You know when you shut a car door after a long zone and you go, you bastard.
Yeah. Ion.
Okay. I'm gonna move to over here and simultaneously hit the dog, the big one, in the face with Gertrude and have Big Mama smash it.
So that's your attack and your bonus action. Okay, so do your attack at advantage because you've got the flanking on that bit there.
Yes. Advantage on and Gertrude.
And
Does that hit?
it hits, but it doesn't seem to puncture the. It doesn't seem to actually do any damage to it. So you land a solid blow, but it's like the wolf just looks at you and growls. It doesn't seem to have been affected by it. So basically, because I can't say a 15 misses when you stood right next to it and you're flanking it. So I have to come up with another reason for why a 15 doesn't have an effect.
Okay.
But yeah, leave advantage on for doing the spell, the spell with things. Just cast the spell again. There you go. Yeah. So as you've gone to swing in with the spiritual weapon with Big Mama, is when the wolf has turned to look at you and it's just passed through that theatrics. I love it.
You're in Big Mama's house now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You okay, Nigh? Nigh, stay with us, buddy. Stay with
No,
us,
I'm just a
buddy.
little bit absolutely livid from work today, so you know.
Either
This
that,
is good.
it's like either that, or like the next thing we're gonna see is the next spiritual weapon that he summons up is gonna be called Nesbit.
Oh, but you can have so much fun with these spiritual weapons, let's be fair.
Yeah.
So this wolf is gonna go to try and take a bite out of Maeve.
Wait till he whips out this bludgeoning weapon that he refers to as the Black Mom weapon.
Oh, Lord.
Well, it's rolled a 12 to hit, which I don't believe is going to be good enough to beat your armor class, Maeve. But yes, you can.
And it triggers the thing.
Which means it takes that much damage, and then this is the turn of the other one that is going to come around the tree at you.
Double advantage!
Hum, nom, 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 nom. The 19.
Oof.
19 will hit me.
5 points of piercing damage, and a strength saving throw from you, please.
I did a thing.
What did you do?
I don't know. My health just went squiffy. Sorry, how much damage was that?
5. And then a saving throw, strength saving throw.
Yep. And
And they bring you down to the ground.
also, I believe that was a concentration spell. So is that a charisma as a paladin?
It's no, it's still it's always a Constitution saving throw. But it's the to pass it's
because I can never remember.
Oh yeah, so it's a Constitution saving throw, and the saving throw DC is 10 or half the damage you've taken, whichever is higher.
So
Yeah, so you maintain your concentration, but you are dragged down to the ground.
awesome. I'll do the prone symbol.
Okay. Vivian,
Yes.
what would you like to do?
I would. Can I use my witch bolt?
You. You can. Bear me just a second. I just want to quickly read how that works, because it's a ranged spell, but I don't think it actually has an attack roll. As far as I know, it's just a case of you just go zap, which means it's a ranged spell that you don't actually you wouldn't be suffering any disadvantage or anything for it. I think, if it's what I'm thinking of. Oh no, yeah, no, it is make a ranged spell attack against that creature. On a hit, the target takes 1d12 lightning damage, and on each of your turns for the duration, you can use your action to deal 1d12 lightning damage to your target automatically. So you can do that, but you would be casting it at disadvantage because you're in melee range.
Okay, then I won't bother doing that, and I'll just whack it in the face again.
Okay.
That was better.
Better, but it manages to turn its head
No.
at the last moment and deflect with its horns.
But it was still a better one.
It was better. And let's... Will do, Connor, man. Thanks for coming and spending some time, buddy. Have a good day. It is going to go for... Ion.
Okay.
And
Can I snap my fingers and make a disadvantage with my what's it called? Fucking warding flare.
Your warding flare. Is that a reaction?
It's a reaction.
Yeah, as long as
It
it's
is
a
a
reaction.
reaction.
Yeah, as long as it's a reaction, yes you can. I thought it was a reaction, I was just double checking to make sure. So yeah, so you can impose divine light between yourself and an attacking enemy when you are attacked by a creature within 30 feet of you that you can see. You can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack, causing it basically just becomes a normal attack.
Yep.
And it goes haram nom. It rolls an 11, so that's not going to do it.
No.
And the big bad wolf that is behind you is going to attempt to give you a nibble.
I'm fine with that.
And that one will be at advantage because it's got flank on you anyway.
Yep.
And oh, that's a crit.
Oof.
That is 12 points of damage you've taken, and also you need to pick a number between 1 and 100.
Oh no, did it roll max damage? Oh god. 7.
No. That is a lot of wind, lot of wind there, Nigh. Lots.
Nine.
Fucking.
God damn it, Nigh.
I muted him.
Oh my lord.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Where the fuck do you live? On the top of a mountain range?
Fuck. Okay.
Right, it's currently muted. Okay. Alright, yeah, no, it didn't roll max damage, but it did get a crit. So basically, if you receive a crit, then you've got a chance of it happening. If you receive a crit that also rolls max damage, then it's an increased chance of it happening. So you're on the receiving end of a crit, and you did roll the same number. So you
No,
are potentially in a what's the name? A permanent injury.
How did you? Why? 7? Oh fuck! That's 1 out of 100. How?
Yeah,
lucky
so-
am I?
Yeah, that's well. One time out of every 100, one assumes.
So what's happening to me?
Let's find out. Let's see what the little, because if it's something that's like completely unjustifiable, then we'll tweak it around a little bit.
You better not make me any less pretty than I am. God damn it.
He's gonna cut your nose off to spite your face.
God damn it. Voldemort looks sexy though, so I'm okay with that.
he got that ting.
He got no nonsense.
272. Right, yeah, okie. So let's see what's happened to you. Let's roll the metal D20.
Oh my lord.
The fearsome and important and impressive, and that is a 6. Okay, so you have received an internal injury.
Oh shit.
So you may want to make a note of this on your character sheet.
Okay, what does that mean to me?
Internal injury. Whenever you attempt an action in combat, you must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, you lose your action and can't use reactions until the start of your next turn. The injury heals if you receive magical healing or if you spend 10 days doing nothing but resting.
Okay.
So you've got a hernia or something. Yeah, so it's caused basically until you receive magical healing or spend 10 days doing nothing but resting, you have a DC 15 Constitution saving throw anytime you want to swing a punch, basically.
Okay.
Would his magic healing not do the trick, or is it like church?
Can I heal myself?
Well, you do know how to heal things magically, so yeah, one would assume that you could use cure wounds on yourself or something like that. But you definitely inside you just felt like one of your kidneys has come loose inside of you.
Oh, guys, I think the drinking's got my kidneys. My liver is failing. Oh.
Maeve.
I would like to spend half my movement to stand up.
Cadokes?
I'm sorry, every time I say that, I get reminded of that Monty Python sketch of how to hide. And as I am engaged, I'm going to give the guy who I've already attacked another boopin.
A boopin? Are you going to boop a snoop? I use my divine weapon, newspaper. Yep, that'll work, and that one is enough to kill. You're using a sword, aren't you? Great sword. Yes, that was that's enough to kill it. You swing in and you take off half the wolf's face.
Cool, and just wheel around on the other one.
Okey-dokey. And what about Jacob? Jacob.
I'm going to.
Da-da-da.
Da-da. Zap, zap, zap.
And it almost slinks out of your grip, but you manage to grasp hold of it and send lightning coursing through its body once more. It does that weird, like when in films and that, where like an animal gets hit by lightning and like its growl comes out really like staccato and broken up and distorted.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically that just happens to it. Ion.
Okay. I'm gonna fall to my knees, all spitting out blood, and I'm gonna be like, "You don't know us. We have the power of friendship on our side," or something stupid like that. I'm gonna cast Prayer of Healing.
No, you cast your. Are you sure?
Oh wait, I did that on fucking advantage. Sorry.
Are you sure you want to cast Prayer of Healing?
Why?
Because that's got a 10-minute casting time.
Oh, it does. Fuck.
I mean, I've got no problem with you casting Prayer of Healing. You can do that if you want to.
No, I didn't realize it has.
Just be sitting there on your knees for the next 100 turns.
Okay, fucking rat.
I have an issue with Prayer of Healing. Made at advantage. I get flanking bonuses with healing spells.
I know, it was an accident. Come on.
It's fine,
Actually, or do you?
What?
Dan, if two people were to cast Cure Wounds on someone from different sides of their body, would it like super combine in the middle?
No, you just have the spell cast on you twice. That's all it is. Thank you for the resub, babe. with
Do we
the
not have that
stuffs
as a
and the
house
things.
rule? That sounds really
No,
awesome. Like,
no, that's
like
that's
a
just that's
double hug.
no, that's just having the healing spell put on you twice. That's all that
No,
is.
it's kind of like a ritual circle. Come on.
It's
In the very unlikely event that this ever happens.
I'm
Sh-
gonna.
You're distracting from the fact that I've just been resubbed by Gem because it's like that means we've been together for like 4 months as well. So yeah.
Sorry.
I'm gonna
Right.
try to attack the wolf. This one with.
Do you not have
Gertrude.
cure wounds on?
I do have cure wounds, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna. So Constitution saving.
Constitution saving throw first. Yes.
Oh.
So you go to swing, and as you raise your arm to do the swing for it, you just feel like, whoa, that's it. No, something inside of you is really not right, and you're just like, ah, no.
Okay, can I still attack with spiritual weapon?
That is a bonus action to do so. So that's just like the basically the power of your mind. So yeah, you can do that without any ill effect.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Use your Jedi mind tricks.
Yes.
Isn't spiritual weapon a concentration?
Oh, that's a point actually.
Is it?
No.
No,
It just lasts a minute.
that's really strange.
I think it's because it's something that you just conjure, and then that's it. It is what it is.
Huh.
I don't.
I've
I'll
never
double
considered
check
that
book rule as well. But because I remember anytime someone casts a spell, I always have a quick look to see if it is a concentration spell, just in case. But I didn't think it was a concentration. It's a spiritual weapon. QRSTUVWX. No, it just happens. It just lasts a minute. Yes. So swing for the fences.
Do I get to use advantage?
It is in a flank position regardless. So yes, the advantage is available.
You've not missed that much, Nigh, but
Ooh.
DK will have to take you off mute now that he knows you're back. It was very windy.
I apologize for that. I muted myself while I was walking in because it's windy and I have to walk through in between two buildings.
It's
so
okay,
it's just
Nye. It's okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
fucking wind tunnel.
everyone gets a bit windy when they get older.
Yeah. So that is
Please,
that
probably older than me.
is a solid hit.
That hit.
Yep.
Big Mama smoosh smoosh.
Oh,
That's
God.
what you guys were
God
waiting for,
damn it.
right? Yeah.
That wolf's dead, so it comes out of the list. That wolf is still
Excuse me.
alive, and this one is going to try to bite me. Hrum num 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 num, and it's going to miss, which is lucky because it rolled max damage.
Oof.
Brutal.
Vivian.
I would, again, just want to whack the one in front of me, because it's big and mean.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just getting shit hits today.
You're not doing too well.
Vivian gets advantage as well, right?
Yes, you would be advanced because the target technically at
Oh,
this point
that
counts
would
as
have happened
surrounded.
to
Yeah,
me before.
yeah. So yeah,
I
so
think
yeah,
there's
roll
a
again.
big difference between, poor hits and sublime misses.
Mm. So just roll the attack again. Not roll out of advantage.
Oh,
No, to be fair, that would be that dice. To be fair, that would be the dice that would count. So yeah, you have hit it.
finally.
Right, but if ever you're meant to be at advantage and you haven't rolled at advantage, just roll the dice again, and we'll work it out from that. And who's it gonna go for? It's gonna go for Vivian. Da-da-da. With this advantage attack.
The fuck?
It hits with the 2, so 9 points of piercing damage against you, babe. And a strength saving throw from your beats. Oh dear.
Oh, the puppy just bit me on the nose.
Yeah, it's thrown you down to the ground. You are prone.
Oof.
And it's the turn of this wolf. That sees the prone figure. and decides to go in for it. The target of opportunity. But manages to miss. That's fantastic. GG Wolf. You've missed a target that's on the ground pinned. Maeve.
Okay, with my newfound vegan powers of pacifism,
Oh god.
I am going to attempt to. Now, I don't want to throw a net. Okay?
You've been unmuted, by the way, Key.
I don't want to throw a net. What I'd like to try and do is some sort of advantaged grapple check with a net.
Oh, I hate
Hey,
this
Lolly.
so much.
You want to try and do? You want to try and do?
Basically, I have a grapple test, but holding the net like I know, like a blanket, so it doesn't bite my balls off.
Right.
Possible.
You can do it, but it will be a disadvantaged one because you're attempting to grapple a creature whilst holding something else. And hi, Lolly.
So I'm confused. Am I doing an athletics check or am I just doing a disadvantaged net attack?
Yes.
I think a net attack actually gives me better results.
It's up to you. Go for it. See what happens.
Okay.
I really hope that if you got a critical fail, you were going to end up in the net. Yeah. So
I don't think that did.
no, it did not.
I've got
Move-
19.
Moving swiftly on, Jacob.
Yes. Finish this wolfie off, shall we?
Yeah, that'd be preferable. Nice.
I like the fact that a single wolf has taken 3 hits to be taken out by the most powerful sorcerer in the land.
It likes electric. What can I say?
Just recharged its batteries.
Oh god.
That's such a good song, though.
Still, to be fair, you've still got to go a long way to beat my favourite almost use of Shocking Grasp that Harry knows all about. The almost use of Shocking Grasp by Peter.
Did someone shock someone's balls or something?
No. Harry, are you there?
I think he's just getting rid of the dog.
Yeah, sorry, I had to stop the dog from chewing through my power lead.
See?
Do you remember the almost use of Shocking Grasp against
I desperately tried to forget, but yes, I do remember this incident.
when we had a ranger that was down on their death count and no healer the healer wasn't due to have their turn for about another 4 turns, and so
Okay, Dan, I will say yes, that was an interesting event. But I brought that up with my D&D group before we ever played D&D together. And then when we played D&D, someone suggested, can I use Shocking Grasp to defibrillate someone? So I said, yeah, go for it. And the issue is that they were unable to defibrillate them, but the character who decided to do it kept rolling and just kept rolling and kept rolling. There were about 12 crit fails in there before they got a crit success. So we had the character revive, but with severe brain damage.
Oh no!
His stats were 4, and the guy who was doing the character was like trying to sign kill me to 2 of the other characters. It was horrific. Mike, do you remember this?
Yeah, wasn't it Will that kept trying to defibrillate?
Yeah, it was Will trying to defibrillate Fury. And it was moronic.
Yeah.
Oh dear, dreadful. Because knowing the guys that you play with, I can imagine that there was a certain insistence that he do the voice.
No one wanted to kill him, and he was like, "Just kill me."
Oh my god, that sounds like me.
It was horrific.
That was Will's second bad idea of the day. After, I don't know, throw the med kit.
I'm fairly sure it would have been the third bad idea, because surely the second bad idea was starting, the third bad idea was continuing.
Okay, so he had 3 big problems that day. The first one, instead of going over and reviving a critical character, he thought he could throw a med kit and the critical character who was unconscious could revive himself. He threw this thing basically off the side of a cliff and no one ever saw it again and the character died. And then later on the very same session, we had this whole defibrillation bollocks. Because obviously the character was dead and he felt guilty, so he was trying to revive him. And then the very same session, he threw open a door and got a critical hit mind blast to the face and just got obliterated in a single hit. So I lost 2 characters that day, and it was the worst session I've ever
Oh my
had.
lord.
Wasn't as bad as me pushing Will into a spike trap.
Well, Dan, you'll remember this. I rung you like or close to tears, saying I can't do this. I
You-
thought I
you-
could do
yeah,
the
you-
DMing, but
You
it's just
you
all
were
gone
having
wrong.
you were having a bit of a bad day. Oh dear. Speaking of bad days, it's Ion's turn.
Okay.
What would Ion like to do?
Sorry, tangents
That's
again. Huh?
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm just
I
gonna-
started it, so it's fine.
I'm just gonna touch myself and cast Cure Wounds.
Oh.
Can we stop with the innuendos, please?
In your endo.
Endo.
Hey.
Hey.
I was gonna say have to do the Constitution save, see whether or not you can cast a spell without vomiting blood on yourself. But because we just both did the same joke, I'm not going to impose that on you. You get 5 hit points back, and your kidney is reattached to your renal system.
Kidney is reattached.
I love that. Thank you. And wait, I can use my bonus action.
You
right?
can use bonus action, yeah.
Smacka, the big bad wolf, boy, yeah.
Mhm.
With advantage.
Advantagio.
Ooh.
Oh, there it goes.
Ooh, sexy.
You completely stave its sculling.
God.
But I'm going to say it was the exact amount of damage required to finish it off.
Nice.
If you hadn't rolled quite, if you'd rolled less than a 4 on that 1d8, the wolf was just going to look at you and go, nom.
Get off Big Mama's property. And
Oh my god.
it's dead.
Yeah. So you can still move if you would like to, but we go around to the next wolf that's going to attempt to give a nibble to Maeve.
I'm all
Goes-
tangled up in this fucking net, so.
Maeve,
Uh-huh.
Harry. Quick question: does a 24 hit you?
Oh, for fuck's sake, Dan. I've told you about the maths.
Well, if it makes you feel better, it's a critical hit, so it's going to hit you anyway. You remember that thing we do with potential lingering injuries?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, do you want to pick a number between 1 and 10?
Oh my lord.
What the fuck? Come on, I thought we had to... Did you just confirm the crit?
It was a crit and it rolled max damage.
Oh.
And the thing is, it rolled max damage across both the dice. Because these things don't have maximum crits. These things don't have crit hits maximized, like you guys do. It just rolled the best it could. So pick a number between 1 and 10.
1.
A 1.
Come on, what I get? What I get? This is like the worst shit. This is raffle.
Really? In one combat, get 2 permanent injuries. Fuck's sake! What is going on with this?
What I get? What I get? What I get?
Let's find out. Give me a
Please
sec.
say it. Please say it's lost an eye. Please say it's lost an eye.
Oh my god, I'm gonna start calling you Patchy if you do.
I'm gonna start calling you. Shut the fuck up, you.
I'm gonna
dumb
start calling
stranger.
you.
I'm gonna stop fucking dying all the time.
Gonna start calling you extra hole boy.
I will kick you in the liver, Ion. I swear to fucking God. That bit of you that's bleeding internally, I will.
It's just like Ion's gonna just lean over to you at some point and be like, "Oh, keep an eye out for me."
and just cough blood into my socket. Thanks.
I already fucking cured myself.
I really hope I lose an eye. That's like they call it, or leg, wooden leg. Come on, wooden leg.
Where the fuck is this injury table gone? I had it a moment ago. What the fuck?
Come on, you can't keep me in suspense like this.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
This
I'm
is
genuine.
shoddy DMing.
I know. It's like I've been listening to you.
You got him at fucking half chop, man. Come on, you gotta finish him off.
I just spat water everywhere.
Oh, that's cocked.
This wouldn't have been a problem if I didn't try and net the prick last round.
Yeah, but to be fair, every time you've tried to net someone, it has gone poorly.
No, there was the one time when they
Not
netted
true. There was a
Oh,
single
yeah, no, there
netting
was that
occurrence
one
where I was
time.
successful first time, and he
When you
broke
were all-
out of it immediately.
Oh.
I thought that was when you guys were groping the.
You have received, Harry, a festering wound.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Ew.
Now, you've got a DMG, haven't you?
Yeah, but it's upstairs. Just read me what it says.
Well, no, because I kind of want you to look it up and read it. Just Google it. Google the D&D festering wound, because I kind of want you to read it for yourself, just because you are off to one side slightly, and decide how much of the information you want to share with the party.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
That's why I want you to. You have received a festering wound. I've known you for quite a while now. I trust you to do what you need to do with your character, but I want you to have the opportunity to share as much or as little as you would like.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll just roleplay the shit out of that. That's cool.
Okie dokie.
I just took a nasty bite, everyone. That's it. Nothing
Vivian.
untoward happened here.
Vivian, what would you like to do?
Are you gonna die?
At this point, with a doggy sort of ripping into my arm, I'll be like, "No,
Oh,
it's okay. I've got him."
But by the way, Harry, you do also need to do that strength saving throw as well.
Okay, cool.
Though I feel like because it got you with a critical hit, it should be like an automatic.
Yeah,
It actually is.
That was disadvantaged.
But it was the first. It was the first roll. Yeah. So yeah, I like the fact. Yeah, the dice are with us this day. Well, they're with me anyway.
As this thing latches onto my arm, I'm like, no, it's okay, I've got this. And you just see me tumble over in a big pile of net and blood.
Vivian, yeah, you are you are currently prone, so it'd be half your movement to stand up. If you would like to stand up, you don't have to stand up. You can stay on the floor if you'd like to have a rest.
I'm trying to think what I can do.
Um, Well, all the various creatures around you, with the exception of Ion and Jacob, are alive. Are dead, I should say. Yeah, the other way around. Those two are alive.
Yeah, I'll get up then.
Lucky.
A dungeoneer has been promoted.
Wait. Oh, dude, Nigh, thank you for that sub with your Twitch Prime, because you people only get one of those, so I massively appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you, dude. I love you.
No problem, man.
You cray peoples.
Figured it was about time.
Thank you. Da-da-da.
That's a noise mine makes.
Da-da-da. What else would you like to do, Vivian?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There's not much I can do really, is there, other than move? Move
well,
anywhere,
I don't-
it's just gonna hurt me.
Well, no, I mean, all the wolves that are around you are dead. There's only at the moment, if you have a look around, there is only one wolf that is still breathing, and that's the one that is on top of and potentially skull fucking Maeve.
It's okay, I still got it. Don't worry.
Red Rocket! Red Rocket!
Red
Oh,
Rocket.
God.
Go help that stupid idiot, Vivian.
Okay, am I able to move over and actually no, because I can do a range. Can I do a range attack from here?
Yeah, you can do a rage attack from there.
Can I do my witch bolt at it then?
Go on then. So do your ranged spell attack. That's just done as a regular thing. So
I would like to attempt to get in the way.
Oh, God.
Oh,
you want to attempt to get in the way.
I don't want this dog hurt.
Maeve.
This means a lot.
Right, let's have a dexterity saving throw from you then, Harry, to see whether or not you manage to successfully get in the way of this.
Yes!
Oh,
Crit
wow.
success!
Oh my God. Harry.
Oh, how much damage did I take for that wolf bite? And that didn't actually ever check. You went straight on about permanent injuries. And
Oh, it rolled the max that it could do. So that's 14 points of piercing damage. I had to roll up again to find it. Yeah, so it's 14 points of piercing damage.
Okay, and do I take 10 from the witch bolt?
Yes.
oh,
Okay.
Harry, what
I
is
will
mine?
do this. I'm telling you.
You've just been Emperor Palpatined by Vivian.
Oh.
Are you trying to die?
Now,
I've
don't
got
forget.
This, I've got this. I
Don't
told you.
forget.
I've
Right.
got this.
Okay. So, Witch Bolt. A beam of crackling blue energy lances out toward a creature within range, forming a sustained arc of lightning between you and the target. On a hit, the target takes 1d12 lightning damage, and on each of your turns for the duration, you can use your action to automatically deal 1d12 further lightning damage to the target. The spell ends if you use your action to do anything else. The spell also ends if the target is ever outside the spell's range, or if they have total cover from you. So you don't need to roll to hit Harry anymore, but you can just do automatic consistent damage to him every turn if you would like to. Just making sure you're aware. Not.
But you can also stop the
You
spell.
can also stop it. But I just wanted to make sure you know how it works.
You could just continually pump me full of lightning until I die.
That's a good fucking spell.
It is a really good spell. It's a bit.
very good spell.
It's a bit temperamental because of the mechanic of how it actually works. But yeah, it is a good spell. The fact that you need to be your action every turn is the balance element of it. Okay, that was Vivian's turn.
Unfortunately, yes.
Maeve, it's
I
your
will
turn.
try and net the pissing wolf.
Okay, do you want to use half your movement to stand up first?
I fucking,
Bollocks!
oh my fucking god.
No,
that's-
that hasn't worked.
That has not worked. Jacob.
Harry, if you never touch the net again, I will gift you a sub.
Literally.
Gift me a son.
A sub to DK's channel.
Wait, hang on a sec. Wait, hang on a sec. Wait, hang on a sec. Will that not potentially get me in trouble as the broadcaster?
No.
Because that's technically offering a sub for stuff.
Yeah, but it won't get you in trouble because it's not you offering the sub.
Okay. Let's be clear.
Offering me a sub is fine. I thought you were offering me a son to start with. What the fuck is going on?
How much money do you have that you can afford a son? What the fuck?
Oh wow.
And now I'm concerned about.
She's
whether
just
we're
got a
talking
kennel
about-
out back.
Whether we're talking about a small child or a celestial body.
I mean, the fact that you went that dark is the really messed up part there, man.
See, DK's just sat on stream shaking his head like, this is what I have to put up with every Monday.
Yeah.
I was being nice. Ish.
Okay, I failed to net the nasty. Okay,
Jake-
you can kill it now. All right. I just had to
Jacob,
try.
please,
Yeah.
can I have a somewhat competent player in this group?
Hey, I used Witch Bolt. It was not my fault Harry decided to sacrifice himself.
This was important to me, damn it!
I was going to cast a spell, and whether he gets in the way is his own stupid fault.
Cast a spell.
Oh, why would you say that out loud and give him ideas?
And I'm going to cast it at second level, so one more.
I'm gonna wait till I see the damage before I decide to dive in front of it.
Before you cast it, make it so your spell only puts out. It's so your character sheet doesn't put out damage. I'll do that. I'll make it so all it does is it casts out hits.
How do I do that?
Hang on, we'll find it. So it's one of the settings for automatically rolling damage.
What if I don't look at my laptop? You know I'll do this as well.
Automatically roll damage for attacks. There we go. Right. Okay. So that should be what it takes. So now try casting the spell.
So,
Has anybody ever said that you're extremely evil?
Me?
Oh, it's magic missile. Okay, yeah, magic missile will just cast as damage each time. Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh fuck.
Do you want to get in the way of this one, Harry?
Yeah.
No, I
He
physically
can't. He actually can't. It's magic missile.
There is no way for me to get in the way of those
True.
projectiles.
It
Nice,
is.
good job,
Yeah. It basically just reached down and just gone. Pum, pum, pum. That is easily enough to completely destroy this previously unharmed wolf. It had taken no hits at all before now.
It had taken minus damage from
Yeah.
fucking Harry's net. So.
But that is the end of that wolfie. They have
I call
all
it caressing damage.
they have all died. You are clear. You are clear. All the wolves are down.
Okay.
Okay, well, do we want their pelts?
I would like to spring to my feet and be like, "What the fuck, Jacob? I told you I had that under control."
Constitution saving throw to see whether or not you spring to your feet or stagger up slowly, bitch.
Yeah.
That's a disadvantage. It shouldn't be. That's still the first roll.
You attempt to spring to your feet and land badly on your ankle. You fall over like an idiot.
I still yell, "I fucking had that!"
He's just face down on the ground. His arm comes like, I had.
I rush over to Mado. You stupid idiot! Let me have a look at
I'm
you.
kind of tangled up in a net as well, crying a
Oh
bit.
god.
Bit of snot running down the side of my face and onto my armor. I really wanted it.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to bonk him lightly on the head with Big Mama. You idiot! And then I'm gonna...
Non-lethal damage. Non-lethal damage.
Because you've said you want to bonk him lightly. I'm fairly sure that the spiritual weapon cannot comprehend the terms of bonking lightly, and I really, really want to make you do an attack.
No, can I do it at disadvantage?
Go on then. I'll disadvantage attack.
This could be bye-bye, Harry.
Yeah, I doubt
Just
it.
double crits.
See, yeah, nothing happened.
Nah, you're okay. You're okay.
Okay, and I pull the net off him and I cast...
Oh, guys, can I just draw your attention to something? Thank fuck you rolled that at disadvantage. Have you actually seen those rolls?
Oh shit, oh fuck.
Oh.
So that was a critical hit.
Oh.
Okay, then I cast Cure
Totes
Wounds.
orcs, yo.
Dan.
Well, you know what that does.
That was at disadvantage.
It doesn't make any difference because there's no hit on it, so it doesn't make any difference on that bit. Yep, Harry, you know what that does, so it's fine.
You get 13 points, and can I do a medicine check on his wound? The festering one?
You can do a medicine check for the wound.
Yes. Where is medicine?
The wound has gone, scarring at the moment. Like it's like a fairly bright pink scar because it's fresh because you've just cured the wound.
Okay. You're welcome, you idiot. Does anybody else need help?
Me?
Says Vivian on the floor underneath the direwolf. Hello. Please.
I climb to my feet.
Can has HPs, please?
Does anyone else need healing?
Yes.
No,
I'm already taking care of it. Vivian, you get 9 points back.
Thank you.
Jacob, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. I took a little bit of a scratch, but I'm okay.
Kyle?
I'm fine, thanks. Just... Please get rid of the net. Like...
I carefully roll up the net and put it in my pack.
I'm gonna come into your room at night and cut up your fucking net.
No. I'm gonna use it for something because I want an animal helper, and if he can actually trap one, I want to.
That's what I was.
You're not here. Be quiet. You're
I'm
not here.
I know I'm not there. I'm not saying it in character.
I was trying to trap a wolf.
Just saying, don't cut that fucking thing up.
Give it to a fisherman. They might actually have a cat something.
Because I wanted to bring it back and give it to Nigh
Alright.
and have it eat his fucking face. I'm
I
grateful.
could get behind that.
He's a terrible. Now, guys, I'm saying this because Nye's not here. I don't know why we hang around with him. He's a terrible person. He's clearly in a league with evil, as evidenced by the army of goblins that he's now controlling.
I don't think that's how it works. Like, he's a bit of a dick, but I doubt he's evil.
I saved him because he's our friend, and it's what the father wanted. But like, fuck that guy.
Okay, let's talk about this over drinks. Now we gotta fucking skin these shit bags.
Yes. Do you want me to skin them? Because I did quite well last time.
Yes, please.
So it was a survival check last time.
Survival, yeah.
So how many wolves have we got?
You got 6 regular wolves and 1 dire wolf. So yeah, if you want to do 6 survival checks, and then we'll do a separate one for the dire wolf. Yep.
I kneel down behind the one I was trying to save, and I'm like, I'm sorry, Fluffy.
Right, that's 6.
Okay, so overall, yeah, I mean the wolf pelts are all in they're all in adequate condition. It's only if like you properly fuck it up there'll be an issue with it at all, because they're just regular wolf pelts. The dire wolf pelt, however, is going to be a little bit trickier to do, so it has a different DC. So let's have another one from you.
Can I assist her with it?
You can do.
So advantage.
Yes.
Holding up the dire wolf's ass flap.
Okay, so put mine at advantage and then do.
Yeah,
survival
and then do survival again. Yeah. Yeah, so you're fine. You're fine with that. I mean, between the two of you, with this much larger creature that it takes a bit more effort to do. You do manage to get that skin as
well.
well.
One pelt.
You don't know yet. One could assume it may be because of the nature of the beast.
I would like to offer the net as like a cargo net and just sort of sling that around myself with all the pelts in it. Like a big, smelly, hot, festering, like swaddle, really, of dead wolf bits.
I'm okay with that.
Yep.
Come on, Vivian, let's go get mimosas.
So you
Big Mama just banging down the pathway after you.
Vivian,
Yes.
from you, because of your positioning of where you were and where as far as you have been and the things you've been doing, I need from you a perception check, please.
Oh no, there's
Oh
more.
no, Dan.
Dan, I hate
Oh, I
you.
know what's about to happen.
Oh no.
You do hear a sound
Oh no.
Oh.
coming
Is
from.
it a faint mewing sound?
There is a faint sort of like whining sound coming from this corner
Oh.
over here.
Well, I'm certain there's nothing more I can do here, and I'm just going to start walking into town, blasé that no one is following me.
Oh my
Because I want
lord.
no part in what happens next.
Oh no, there's puppies. I didn't hear it, so I don't know that.
Oh, bollocks.
Come on, Owen, follow the big sweltering, festering pile of shit.
I'm just waiting for Vivian.
Can I choose to ignore it?
You can choose to ignore it if you would like to.
Are you that kind of person?
Wait a minute. Yeah, to be fair.
You are the only person who heard it.
I know. Can I go and see what it is then?
Yep.
Cool.
You may want to zoom in slightly.
No, it's alright, I can see it.
I'm
Oh,
zooming in.
wow, I never even saw that.
No, Dan just added it.
Yeah, I've only just
Oh,
had them in.
okay. I thought they had been hidden there all along.
Can I get Ion to come with me? Like, shout over to him to follow?
Yeah, shout over.
I hear a noise, can you come follow?
Oh, sure, okay. Oh, shit. Oh my god. Oh.
Bring him.
Vivian, what should we do?
Well, they're young, so I don't think we should kill them because that'd be quite cruel.
That would be horrible.
so long?
Technically, if we do kill them and that we're not going to be able to take their pelts because they're too tiny.
Yeah,
Do you know anything about animal handling?
What's taking you so
Do-
long? Come on,
do
let's
I-
go.
we'll be right there, Maeve. Wait, do I have an animal handling skill? Is that?
I'm hoping so.
Is
Animal handling is a skill, yeah.
Animal handling is a skill, yeah.
Yeah.
okay. I've got +3 in it. Let's see what. Oh, I try to.
No, you haven't got like the first clue of what's doing. They're snapping at you. It seems like they can like smell the blood in the air. They're snapping and growling at you.
Oh shit.
Hmm.
Anybody else think they could deal with the wolves better?
I'll give it a go.
Okay.
They're still snapping and growling.
Okay,
It's like they can. You sense maybe they can smell the ozone coming from your fingers.
I have an idea. It may not be a great idea, but I have an idea.
Okay.
If someone could grab Mace and bring him back with his net, maybe we could try to surprise the pups with the net.
You mean the net that has their mother's blood all over it? Yeah, that's a great idea.
Well, then it might make them feel at home.
At this point, because I've basically wandered off,
I'm gonna go get.
fuck it. I go back and I'm like, hey guys,
I'll
what's so interesting? Oh, okay.
Could I borrow the net and try and do an acrobatics check to catch them?
No, you can't borrow my pissing net. You told me you were going to cut it up.
No, I did not tell you I was going to cut it up.
Yes, you did.
No.
I heard you.
That never
wait,
came
sorry.
out my mouth.
Sorry, I need to be more regal in my mannerisms. I've kind of forgotten it tonight. No, you can't borrow my pissing net. You tried to cut it up earlier.
No, that was actually me.
Yeah, that was not me.
Okay, I would like to dump the pelts out of the bag, the cargo net, and I would like to try and net one of the two wolves.
Make the net attack. Just do the net attack.
Advantage, disadvantage.
It's a net attack, mate. Disadvantage. Come on, we've been over this. It's the net.
Like trapped in a corner though.
Yeah, they've got quite a low AC for this, basically. Yes, you have managed to net one of the. You've managed to net both of the wolves. Yes.
Yay!
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, I just sort of.
They're yipping and yowling. They're not very happy.
Has anyone got a bag?
Uh,
A canvas bag?
Does anyone
Take your
know
canvas bag.
wait.
Take your canvas bags to the supermarket.
I've
Anyone?
got a bedroll. Can I kind of no?
Yep, that'll work. Let's just tip it into the bedroll.
You can try and use that if you would like to.
Okay.
Cool.
I hold my bedroll open and.
I'm going back and slinging up those furs again.
I think Nigh will know what to do with them. I just feel bad about leaving them here alone. So let's see if he has any ideas.
If you would like to add to your inventory, Ion, 2 wolf pups.
But I want you to know I make sure that they're getting like air. Like I'm not cutting it up.
Yeah, that's fine. I was working on that assumption that you were doing that. So you have 2 wolf puppies.
And also, I really don't give a fuck about these pups. You can kind of tell by the way I just sort of scooped them up and gave them to you.
Yeah, yep, that's fine.
Cool.
If you remember as well, Harry, last time we had an encounter like this, it was not quite as pleasant as that one.
No, it wasn't. And we managed to convince the druid to morph into a wolf for several times a day and then have the wolflings drink from her appendages.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was an interesting conversation to have with the player. I'm very sorry. Do you mind if we just, let these young wolf cubs, suckle on your
nurse
every morning? That's possibly the most awkward conversation I've ever brought up with a woman, if I'm honest.
Okay,
Sometimes I do look back and wonder why that relationship didn't work out.
And then you realised it was D&D.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that, because I think actually half of it was to begin with was actually her idea. I mean, as in terms of as a player, then the original idea was actually hers, and then it was like it became the character idea from a different character. Well, let's bring you back to the town. So there we go. So I think Nigh was just resting up throughout the time of this complete debacle.
Yeah.
So what would the party like to do upon returning to town?
Can me and Jacob go and take the pelts to the guard because our name's already known there from earlier?
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yep.
So previously you'd hand in 3 pelts.
It's on the note.
We had handed in
3.
one wolf pelt and 2 dead wolves.
Yeah.
Oh, that's yeah. So yeah, it was the equivalent of.
Yeah.
Yes, I've got it written here. Just making sure I was on the right thing.
What the fuck is Shades of Grey? When did that?
Shades of Grey is a tattoo parlor.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it's not a pleasure room.
God damn it.
Although you could probably find one somewhere in the town.
Actually, that's the point. None of us have tried to find a brothel yet.
I've had enough luck without brothels.
Well, there's got to be one in town because I know the guys from Saturday had one.
Well, no, he woke up. He woke up in his bed. No,
Yeah,
he woke.
prostitutes.
He woke up on the floor, still all in his clothing, and in his bed was 7 prostitutes, and he was very much. He was fully clothed and unsticky.
And unsticky.
Was the
Yeah,
with the
which
particular
means
phrase
there's
used?
got to be
Yeah.
a brothel somewhere if there was 7 prostitutes in his
Yeah.
bed.
Not necessarily. They could have just been,
True.
really, really, really ego street urchins. He could have just taken a load of street urchins out, gone shopping,
God.
wined them and dined them.
Paint the town white.
Oh.
So they say when you come to hand in the wolves, they make up the notes where he goes, right, well that particularly large direwolf one there. People you've got the note on here said if anyone were to be lucky or unlucky enough to find a direwolf and bring back its pelt, that they for that one to count as 3 wolves. So up on your tally here, you now are currently at equivalent of 12 wolves.
Okay.
We need 20.
So that would count as we've done 12.
So yeah, you need at least another 8 to be
Yeah.
able to
And we've done
claim
10
claim your
wolf pelts
bounty.
altogether.
No, 9
Well,
wolf.
yeah,
nine-
because you've
oh,
just said that the dire wolf one counts for 3.
yeah. So you've done 10 pelts total,
Yeah.
and the equivalent of 12 wolves. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
so-
I've written down.
Yep.
And then
Okay.
once we've done that, I'd go back to where we are staying for food and stuff.
To the Blue Stallion, and it
Yeah.
is like, mid-afternoon.
I try to get there as fast as possible without causing any, suspicion with my wriggling bedroll of wolves.
Okay. So yeah, you draw no more attention than you normally would.
Fair enough.
The fact that Ion is trying to not draw attention surely would draw attention. Everyone's looking like, that guy is uncharacteristically not flamboyant today.
I just go around town, and when somebody says hello, I go like, "Hi, hi."
I'm very busy now.
I'm
I
very
need to
busy.
go.
Yeah.
Whereas
This is my
normally you're
actual
walking
voice.
around sort of on
Oh,
stilts,
hi.
drinking a mimosa with a feather hanging out your ass.
That's, why did you have to add that bit in, really?
Because
Well, it
it
is
felt
Canada.
relevant, Dan. It made it feel real.
Yeah. It's immersion. And I go upstairs to where Nigh is resting, and
Where Cecilia is there.
oh right, Should
You're Brisbane,
She's got like a bowl of water on the side on the side table and a wet flower that she's just refreshed and putting it back across his forehead.
Well, can I be awake now? Seeing as I've been kind of
Yeah, you can.
sleeping the entire day.
You can. You've never had a problem with being awake. It's more along the lines of like whether or not you're cogent.
I mean, can I roll something to see if I am?
Yeah, actually, let's have a Constitution saving throw to see exactly how awake and alert you are.
Oh boy, and this is gonna be a disadvantage, right?
No, it's just a -4. No, sorry, -3.
-3 because I healed him last.
Yeah. Let me wait for my.
I
character
think
sheet
it
to pop
should already. Your character sheet should already be set to doing that correct minus.
up. I do not know. You are the one that set it up.
Let me have a, let me just double check it before we roll it just in case. So right, that should be done. Right, give it a go. Let's see what it says. I need to take you off of edit first. There you go.
Fuck. No,
Uh,
I'm not
That has
lucid
yeah.
at all.
This says -3, -4.
Well, technically, wouldn't I have done a long rest as well? Or is this
Oh,
still the
ability
same thing?
check modifier. Right, hang on. No, I see what it's done there. I see what it's done. Bear with me a second. It's got itself a little bit on the confused side, I think. Let me just double check this because it shouldn't actually be quite that many down. Wait, what's it doing? What? Check is -4. What's it? Trying to work out what it's done. It's been. Ah, I see why. I see why it's done what it has. Alright, okay, it's fine. I've noticed it. I've realised what it's done. I've realised what it's done. It's all good. What they've done is they've put in something for it that's actually really simple, and then I've made it complicated on top of it. So it's actually meant to be just that. That's just that, and then we score. Right. Okay. 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 Dokie. Okie dokie. So. Yeah, because it didn't do it the way it was meant to. Right, okay. Yeah, so just roll your cost. Yeah, roll it again. It's we need to take you off of edit mode. Okay, right.
Fuck. Why? That was worse than the other one. Can
It was worse, but at least it's done it properly.
Jesus Christ. So I'm just
So-
out. I'm just.
No,
gonna stay out.
you're not out cold. You're a little bit. You're just like you're really woozy. You're sort of like everything's a little bit blurry. It's got that weird sort of like that glow around it. You're just like you're drifting in and out of consciousness occasionally. This is the thing and growling.
Those poopies.
Oh God, you might have an anxiety attack if he shows you a puppy.
No, I shouldn't be that bad.
Why would he have an anxiety attack?
Wolves killed me. Remember?
Oh right, I forgot.
Well,
Yeah. Nigh hasn't.
This is kind of insensitive. I mean, these aren't like they're tame puppies. You're literally throwing 2 small wild wolves at him while he's
I didn't throw them. I haven't even shown them to him yet. They're still
Sorry,
in my
guys. I
bag.
just got to go make a phone call. I'll be listening in now.
Okay.
Okay, right, okay, yes, so, yeah, Nigh, you're very woozy and kind of here and there and a little bit...
Oh dear.
Okay.
Oh, I'll come back when you're feeling a bit better. Take care of him, Cecilia. How's he been? Has he been a good boy?
He's been mostly just sleeping. I mean, he didn't even react when I had to give him a bit of a bed bath. Very
Oh.
disappointing.
Oh man. I wish I would have been here for that, but yeah.
oh god.
And she just reaches over and touches the back of your hand. Me too.
God, no.
Okay.
No.
Ceci, I'm just gonna go take care of some business. I'll be back in a bit. And I go to my room and I let the wolves out. Oh my god, what am I doing?
I don't quite know.
I don't know what to do with the wolves. What should I do with the wolves?
Well, are you letting them out?
No, I'm not. Is
Okay.
there like an animal place in town? Like
Ah, come on. God damn it.
what?
Well, I was
Like-
gonna say if I was lucid enough, I would at least like to
I
try
know if you were lucid enough, I would have given them to you, but
Well, what about someone that would just look after them for a couple of days until Nigh is better?
yeah, but is there
That way
some
you don't
place
lose-
like that in town? Like
He
that
can
can
make
take.
one.
Well, I'm pretty sure you can talk to the innkeeper because if it was an animal that was trained, it would be staying with us.
Ion, can I have an insight check from you, please?
Yes.
Oh god, not the voice.
Always the voice.
No, never the voice.
Nice.
So so you do have a bit of a thought occur to you as you're about to open up the bag and let the wolves out, which is that maybe it'd be a good idea if you had some form of like cage
Kennel.
or kennel or something to keep them in, where you could not so much keep them restrained, but certainly limit how much movement they have. That might be a good idea.
I love that idea I just had by myself.
Something like so you do remember. You remember being when you've passed through the market before. There have been people that have been doing such things as selling chickens and ducks in coops.
Okay. I'm gonna. Is Maeve some? No, wait. Who? Vivian. Is she here? Yeah.
Vivian is not here yet because she's gone to go and do the turning in of the hides and that. So at the moment, it's just you,
Maeve.
Maeve, and Nigh that are there.
I don't trust Maeve. Maeve.
Nobody trusts Maeve.
Just leave them in the room. Shit. Who knows? They might like me.
I'm gonna
They
leave
might
them.
be.
I smell like them.
I'm just gonna take them with me and go to the market and buy a fucking coop.
Okie dokes. So
What are you
yeah,
gonna do with the chicken?
No, I mean like not a coop, but like a wooden like cage thing.
yeah. So basically, he's essentially you know those things when we play Sea of Thieves we used to catch pigs and chickens.
Yeah.
He's after empty ones of those. Essentially, that's what he's after. So let's see who someone's going to be. Yeah, there are people who are willing to. There's always people willing to trade, and they do ask you what you need it for. Because it's just out of curiosity, really. I mean, normally people want to buy what's in the coop, not the coops themselves.
Oh,
nice.
I'm thinking of starting a zoo for my bugs, and they're big bugs, so I need.
Oh, I think bloody big bugs. Well, these is what you need to hold it. You know, certainly keep them away from my produce. Certainly, but look at these here.
Don't worry.
This kind of limits what I can do with it. So I can let you have. I can probably let you have 2 coops for a silver.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'll do that.
Okay.
And
So
can
yes.
I buy like some, I don't know, salted meat or something? I don't know.
Yeah. So basically, per. You know, because they're wolves, they are growing pups and this, so they will need as much rations as you would normally need. So you would need a day's worth of rations per wolf.
Okay.
So yeah, you just things like rations and that, they are standard price wherever you go to buy them. So you can pick that up if you want to have a look on the player's handbook and write off the correct amount of stuff.
Yeah. How
Hey, Wes.
much did I end up spending? 2 silver for the coops and.
It depends how many rations you want. That's what I say. As much with regarding the rations, as much as you want to purchase for the wolves will each need basically a full person's worth of rations per day because they are growing hungry wolves.
Yeah, I'll buy 4 rations, so enough for 2 days.
Okay. It's going good, Wes. It's going good. We've got people are alive, just about, and they've now got some well, I'm not going to use the word pet puppies. They have some puppies. Some wolf
Maybe pets
pups.
in the future.
Yes, they may be pets in the future, but they have some wolf pups. Okay, so yeah, after about let's see, I reckon you would probably meet. I think you would probably end up meeting Jacob and Vivian in the market, or you could potentially meet them. I was gonna have like you guys like do some perception rolls against each other there, but no, it'd just be pointless if we roll for the sake of rolls. So yeah, so you've got you bump into each other in the market, with them heading back through the market to get to the Blue Stallion. You being there in the market, doing the purchasing that you're doing. So if Jacob, Vivian, and Iron would like to interact, you may do so in the market, or you can all just go back to the Blue Stallion and do what you want to do.
Guys, help me carry this shit. It's for the little puppy boys. Yeah.
The puppy boys.
Their names are Karen from financing and Ethan Hammock. Okay? Yeah.
But we don't want to get attached to them by naming them in case we can't keep them.
Bitch,
Karen-
everything.
Karen, what?
Karen from financing. That's the wolf's name.
Moving on. Okay, you're in the market still. You're still in the market. Yeah, carry on.
I will offer to help, and I will also offer to give Ion some money to go towards the rations.
What the fuck was that?
Oh,
So
thank you
he
so
doesn't
much.
have to pay for all of it.
Hopefully Nigh will feel better soon and he can take these off our hands. Although, they are pretty cute, but let's not get attached. Okay, back to the Blue Stallion.
I will give you 25 gold, by the way.
For what? Wow. Oh, right, the wolf pelts. Okay, yeah.
They haven't.
Because you paid. Because you paid for the rations and things in the cages.
That was just a
Oh.
few silver.
Yeah, that doesn't cost that
know.
much.
But I want to help. I'm being
Okay.
nice.
Okay.
Oh, that's so sweet of you, Vivian. You're becoming my favorite person in this group. But, like, honestly, I don't need it. I make good money with how I look. So, you know, you keep it, babe.
He sells himself on the streets.
I don't need to. I'm just beautiful, okay? And you're not here. You're a fucking loopy ass. Back to the Blue Stallion.
And we will lower that the negative effect by 1 as well, more by 1 because you're spending your day in bed.
Cool, good.
Okay. I kind of get both of the cages up in my room and have... Should I have them in separate cages?
I would.
Yeah, I'll have them in separate cages and give them some rations. Enough for, like, have a good meal. And, yeah.
I wonder what this is going to sound like. If this is going to be a good sound effect to use.
Wait, I don't have my sound on. Okay, my sound is on.
Oh, here we go. This could make or break it.
Aww. Is that the... Oh, man. Oh, no.
What about this one?
That's a cow, Dan. Oh. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Keeping that sound
Oh, no,
effect.
you're pulpers.
Oh, go on then. I'll let you have a perception check. Go on. You can have you can have a perception check. I think because I think it just like it may give you whether or not it gives you PTSD.
Do I have to have PTSD?
No, not with the 16, but you do hear puppers. It cuts through your fugue state, and you can hear puppies.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh
So-
boy.
So
That means
Do
I
like
rolled
them puppets.
fucking 18.
yeah,
Yes.
I think actually
Son of
possibly
a
higher
bitch.
than that. Even.
Okay.
You rolled a 15.
Wait, I did?
Mhm.
You sure?
Yeah, you rolled a 15. It's plus 2,
And then
plus
I
1,
had
minus
my-
2.
Yeah.
Plus 2 because proficient, plus 1 for wisdom, minus 2 for the effect you came back from the dead.
Yeah. Like in that
Um,
little thing where I died.
Yeah. I was dead, but I got better.
Due to bullshit dice rolls.
So yeah, what would the party like to do with the rest of their day?
Go out hunt wolves.
You want to go out and hunt some more wolves?
I kind of want to go out and kill the bandits, if I'm honest. But go out hunt wolves because I feel like we should close this down quick.
Yep.
I'd like to be full health before I do that.
Well,
That'll be fine.
if you want to do a long rest, you can you know if you want to wait and go out again tomorrow, you can do so at full health. If you want to be going out again today, then you need to basically be either taking yourself a long rest and essentially going out overnight, or you're going to need to seek some other form of alternate healing.
Can we do a short rest and get some of the?
You can do you can do yourself a short rest and you can take a break for lunch, as it were.
And use the hit dice.
And
to-
yeah, and do your hit dice, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll 1 hit die.
Yeah, it's all like we like semi downtimey, semi active.
I get.
Can you guys bring me some books?
Ooh, what the fuck?
Nice.
Okay, I'm full health.
Okay. Don't forget, doing short rest doesn't mean you get your
Oh wow.
doesn't mean you get your spell slots back. Oh, I love it.
Word bollocks springs to mind. Oh,
The dice really don't like you, Harry.
Ion, would you accompany me to the woods? I feel like we should get some more of those pelts.
Wait, what time is it now?
It would be about 1:30, 2 o'clock sort of time.
Oh, so it's still pretty early. Yeah, I'll definitely
Well,
do
'cause
that.
you went out in the morning, didn't you? So
So what
And I
is
mean, if we head out, we might also find some game or something that we can feed to the little pups.
Oh, that is a
They're
good
quite
idea.
traps.
what is the reject?
General feeling is we're going to go out and try and find some game for the pups.
Yep.
And if we come across any wolves, we'll bring some more pelts back.
We still
you
need
can come
8
with,
more
or-
of those, don't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need quite a few.
Monsters, you're just killing all their family, aren't you?
Yeah, what's the hit dice?
just roll a hit dice bit for you because they're doing a short. They count as a short rest
Sorry,
Okay.
whilst
what's
you
that,
have your
Nye?
lunch.
You're really unwell after being mauled to death by wolves.
Well, I mean, Nigh is actually feeling a little bit better, to be fair, because he starts off on a -4. He's now on a -2, so he's up. He's mobile, if he wants to be.
Nye,
I just
like,
think of that
did you want to
scene
come
from-
with us?
You can also click hit dice from your character sheet, by the way, Jacob.
Oh, can you?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, you click.
Honestly, I'm just thinking of that scene from Quest for the Holy Grail where it's no, you'll be stone dead soon enough. I feel happy.
I can't take him like that.
Nye, if you're still feeling unwell, you can go hang out with the puppies and see if Karen from financing likes you.
Yeah, let's do that. Where are the poopers?
They're
I
in
want
my
to see the
room.
poopers.
Oh, I just want to say as well.
Shit.
Don't worry, I won't be there. I know you're kind of a dick about that, so like, yeah.
As they walk away, I just give them I just flip them off as they're walking away.
What's your Constitution modifier, babe?
+2.
Now, Ion, I don't know about you.
No, it's not. It's +0. That's why I come up with two.
+0,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But I don't know about you, Ion, but if someone flipped me off like that, I'd be really annoyed at them, and I would also suspect them of being evil.
Do you, instead of doing the D6 hit dice, do you want to try one of your D10 hit dice? because the D6 one, you get one D6 one because you're a wizard. You got one level in wizard. You've got 3 D10 ones for your fighter.
Okay.
And just thinking that might possibly work out slightly better for you.
Well, what do I put in the input? Just one.
Yeah.
This is input back.
So click the D10 instead of the D6.
Aha.
Boom! There we go. So you got yourself a total of. So that puts you back up to 30 hit points total.
That doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No, it put me to 28 because I already added 2.
Oh, you already. Sorry, I didn't realise you'd already done it. There you go. Here's your 28 then.
See, I learned then.
You've also given there's fewer hit points than I was going to give you, so for that I'm going to say you can have inspiration for being a good person and
Oh wow.
just for being a goody goody.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Basically, it means that you get to make one dice roll of your choice at advantage, regardless.
Okay.
Essentially, what it actually is, you get to re-roll a d20, but it essentially means you can do a dice roll at advantage. In terms of the actual effect of what it's going to do. Okay, folks. So you guys want to head out to again? Who wants to head out to do some more stuff with the wolves, and who's going to stay home?
No,
I'm staying.
Nice staying. Right. Okay. So we'll work out where you guys are going first. You're going to 16. Which one is 16? 16 is that one. No, it's not. So that shouldn't be in the list. But it is. Never mind. So that's that one then. Okay, cool. And let's see what's there. So I need to roll some more dice. Right, so and you guys are going to come in from that side. So let's put you guys on there. So who's coming out this one? So Maith
me.
Yeah, I'm on this one.
Me too.
I mean,
and Jacob and Ion and Vivian and. There. So then that was that many. Okay. Okay, so you're heading out again. So let's give you guys back to the same music as was before.
Before we do it, can we get some rolls on how Nigh is trying to hit on Cecilia while he's half drunk?
Oh, I don't know. Would he though? In his fugue state, do you reckon he would be? Let's have a charisma
No.
save. Let's have a charisma save.
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I'd be hitting on her. I think I'm still too, like...
Let's see whether or not you vaguely come to and you see her face and you're just like, oh my god, you're like the prettiest angel I've ever seen, looking after me like this. You must be an angel. Only an angel would look after a man like this.
Where's
No,
your staring, bro?
yeah, I think you're okay. Like you recognize who she is, and so you behave yourself. much to the rest of the party's players' dismay.
Dang.
Fuck you.
You did say you were gonna try to
I'd
hit
have
on
thought
him.
he'd
I
have
said
been
he
trying to
might.
find the noise from the pups because he heard them.
Yeah.
Fair.
I thought you were gonna say, let's see how he's doing with those wolves. See if he's
Well,
actually.
we will get around to that as well. But what we'll do is we'll cover that basically when the guys are coming back, because we're gonna run a little bit late because we started a little bit late.
Yeah.
So this is you, party. You're at the top there. I hope that the stream can actually see you guys. Good, you can. You're just at the top there. Someone's snoring. Beautiful. Love it.
Unless that's Mike moving his mic stand again.
Mike, probably.
It probably was, but it's never funny. It's never not funny to say it. Okay, so first thing is I need a fuck, what the thing's called? A turn order. I need each of you to select your tokens.
Initiative. Roll for
yes,
initiative.
and roll for initiative. Sorry, because I was adjusting the turn order to begin with as well. So you need each of you to select your tokens. Roll for initiative.
And I'll fall. Woof.
I'm bang on it, apparently.
You're charging the words. I know what's going on. You hide nothing from me.
That short rest did me good.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Why are you on...
May's just like walking along, just his feet scuffing
He's
the
just at disadvantage
ground.
for everything today.
Why did you do that at disadvantage? To be fair, it doesn't matter because that was still the first roll. Every time it's come up, it's still been your first roll. I don't know why you've left yourself on disadvantage. But it's adorable that you have.
He always does, though. Like every time. I think everybody's done that always.
Okie dokie. So the first person to be going is the Wolfers, who are doing nothing much because they're just snuffling around on the hunt in their little pack there. So Jacob, you are the first one to choose to act as you're entering this area, and you're basically as you've been going around. The reason why you've come to this area is the group through their with some like passive perception rolls have noticed there are some wolf tracks in this area and figured they'd give it a go. So that's why you guys came to here. So, yes, Jacob.
I'm going to move. Move under the shadow of that tree.
Okie dokie.
Taking it slow. Yeah, I know.
Oh, hello. You went a little bit discordant.
Yeah, I'll end my turn there.
Okie dokie. So next it is the turn of Zisvolfa, and let's see which way the wind is blowing. So that would be the wind is blowing. Alright, okay. So then they will still get advantage because they have their wolfy perception stuff, but it's going to be a higher DC because of the direction the wind is blowing. And yes, fine. It hasn't actually smelt you out yet. And it's turn of Zisvolfa, who at the very least is looking in the right direction. And does not smell you out though. He's still snuffling around on the ground. Vivian.
Can I use my Find Familiar to summon my little pet mouse that no one has met yet
You
to
can.
scout out the area to see where the wolves are?
Yeah. We can do that. I do need to actually probably create a familiar for you. That would possibly be a good idea.
So do you want me to just cast a Find Familiar spell?
Yeah. Right, it's going to be quite a large one.
Okay.
And it is controllable by you. You can move the rat, or the mouse, whatever. You can move the rodent. I believe they just get their regular. They've got a speed of 30 anyway. I think they have. Just double check to make sure. Wrong book. I don't think there is actually a mouse creature, so I'll need to class it as a rat.
It does, however, need its own
speed of
initiative.
20. Yes, it does need its own initiative. So it has a speed of 20. And I'll just quickly roll initiative up for it. Okay. I need to move it to there so I can actually reach the order for it. There we go. So it does actually, basically, it will be taking its turn. It will take its turn after you, so that works out pretty well actually. That you part of your turn is summoning it. To be fair, you should, because it takes an hour to cast it, so you should have done. We'll say you did it in the city. We'll say you did it in town.
Okay.
We'll retcon that bit to say you did it in town before you went out. And just so we know, it's always going to go after you because sometimes the turn order will like to reorder itself this bit. Boom, there you go. So you've got your turn. You don't need to use your action to summon it. It's just like you can say that it was hiding in your pack or whatever it was. But now you have this this little creature.
Okay. So I can still move there.
You can still move as you normally would.
So
The rat moves 20 feet, by the way. Or sorry, the mouse moves 20 feet. We're classing it as we're using the rat panel for it.
That's fine. I will move behind Jacob. And end my turn for me.
Okay. Eek, eek.
My mouse, who is called Bollocks. I had a name for it earlier.
It's a weird name for a mouse.
We got Bollocks, Big Mama Gertrude. This is great.
I had a name for it earlier and I've forgotten it. It is called Riaz.
Riaz the rat.
Mouse!
I love your rat.
Mouse. That's a horrible. Okay, so it's gonna go around the shrubbery instead.
Oh my god, that's
The strawberry!
And yeah, it'll stop there. And then you lot can have your turns.
And the turn of this Wolf is it that one? Is that one? And you guys are still downwind of it, so it's still kidoki. That one is also now not noticed. Ion.
Okie dokie. Do I have any spells that are of it? Let's see. No. I'm just gonna go to the front of the pack. I think that was... No, that's too far.
So it's just back one.
Or actually, I can use my action to move a bit further.
You can use your action to dash if you'd like to, yes.
Yeah, I'm dashing over here. Looking through the rocks.
Harry, are you there?
I am indeed.
It is your turn, mate.
I wish to draw my net.
Are you going to draw it like one of your French nets?
I am going to draw it like one of my French nets. And
For people who are wondering, do not Google sexy net, because I can already imagine that will come up with some very interesting results, most likely based around the NSA.
Oh my lord.
cool. I just got my net and I'm behind Jacob. Like, it's okay. We got this.
I'm always creeped out when a holy man has a net and goes, "It's okay."
I'm going to the park. And with the shuffling and the snuffling, the wolves look up in your direction and begin to prowl.
Prowl.
There. Jacob!
Jerky moving prowling wolf. I am going to move and hide behind this rock. Which
Kadoki?
is a good rock. And I will wait for the wolf to get closer.
But owned. Vivian.
I will carry on staying behind the guys and just move to there. But still behind the rock.
Kadoki? Rat boy.
Rat Boy and Lava Girl. Let's go.
Oh man, that film was so bad.
It was so
Shark
good.
Boy.
It was so
I know.
shit.
I love that movie so
Shark
much.
Boy and Lava Girl. That was the most diabolical shit since Spy Kids.
It was so fun. I
Yeah.
fucking love Spy Kids.
It was worse than Spy Kids.
Alright, so you said I can move 20 feet.
20 feet, the rat can move, yeah.
Okie dokie.
I'm never going to not call it a rat, by the way.
I realise this. The rat is going to cross the water.
Okay,
That's either.
I mean, do you want it to be a rat or do you want it to be a mouse?
I want it to be a freaking mouse. Mouse
Okay,
is
because
cute.
that's fine. Because rats can really swim quite well, and mice can't. So let's see whether or
Okay,
not.
no, it's a rat. It could be a big old fat rat now. Called Pettigrew.
It's fine. It can stay being a mouse. Mice can swim as well. Yeah, no, it's basically like little tributaries as opposed to actually being the water's not really running that fast. So no, it's fine. It's fine. Most rodents can swim. It's fine.
And I'm
We're
a
okay.
fae anyway, so I don't count as a beast.
Yeah, Faye can still drown. But yeah. No, so the little rodent is fine. Someone's snorting.
It's Big Mike.
Sorry, it's the microphone's too close.
Possibly.
I have moved it.
But owned onto the top of the rock. And how Ion, you've just seen a wolf jump onto the top of the rock, apparently at the head of this pack, small pack, and howl in that way that wolves do. No, howl, not woof.
I'm gonna cast my new favorite spell, Spiritual Weapon. Oof. And I'm gonna cast it right over here. And Big Mama, rise!
Okay, bear me a second.
Are you going to boop the one that's howling?
Yeah,
You're going to boop him right off the rock?
I'm gonna try to boop him off the rock.
Alright, carry on playing Overwatch, you'll be fine.
Isn't this where Nigh died before, actually?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, actually.
Is that where you wanted it? You can move it, by the way. That it's the same token as before.
Yeah, it's gonna do this boom onto the wolf and try to knock it off the rock, maybe. But 4 damage probably doesn't do that much.
No. Maze.
I continue to creep up.
Okay, so the wolves are there. The one on the rock is probably the pack leader. Yeah.
Oh, I don't like the look of
Yeah,
this.
to be fair, at the moment you're sounding
so
less
mad.
like Ion Kelly and more like a slightly ill Patrick Warburton.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to be a bit more quiet because my neighbor just banged on my wall.
Oh dear.
After he's been wobbling all night.
It's fine. You don't need to force the voice if it's going to get you in trouble. I wouldn't force that on you.
Okay, cool.
And bum. Jacob,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
Aha. That's a lot of wolfies.
Yes.
It's really not compared to what you last took on.
No,
I
but,
had a stroke.
but if I step any further forward, that is going to be a lot of wolfies.
Well, you are a mage. You can cast stuff from afar.
Yeah, but I'm not allowed to burn them, so I have to shock them.
Oh,
We
fuck.
didn't burn him.
Aha, but I
I
forget.
mean-
I do.
Do you not have that witch bolt thingy that what's it did?
No,
That's-
No,
that's-
what
that-
I did.
That is only for wizards
You're
and
not
warlocks,
here.
Witch
Oh
Bolt.
no, you are. Shit.
I am here.
Hey Vivian. I didn't see you there.
Stood within 10 feet.
where the fuck is that going? Bear with me.
No wolves. Well, there are 3 bears with you, actually, I suppose.
There we go.
Like, how does this thing work? Pank! Oh. Right. Crossbow bolts sailed off into the distance as you're trying to work out how the mechanism works because you haven't used it for all this time. So you're unfamiliar with it. I think is a good bit of fluff to say why you missed.
It didn't even roll the hit, did it?
Yeah, 10 to hit. Didn't roll the damage.
Oh, okay.
So if we were to then if you click the word hit underneath the 10 to hit, it will tell you what the damage would have been.
Okay.
No, it needs to be the person who done
Yeah,
the
I
attack.
realised that afterwards.
Oh, I see. Because it didn't hit, it didn't roll damage. Right?
Yeah, well, it's because your sheet was. I set your sheet to do that just so that we could fuck with Harry. So I will turn your sheet back because it just makes life a bit easier. I just wanted to.
Okay.
As is fairly understandable, we wanted to fuck with Harry a little bit.
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the next one to go is Zatwulfer, that sees the hammer and tries to attack the hammer, but of course it's a spiritual weapon, so it does nothing. But it's a wolf and it's done.
Nice.
And then it's the turn of this wolf that's going to prowl up to there. I'd probably be around about there, be when the crossbow comes sailing across towards it. And it's going to finish its move by, instead of walking slowly, it's going to move at the speed it normally would do. And owned quite happily over the water. It just like splashes down on the in the water slightly. And Vivian.
Okay, so I will move towards this wolfie here that's next to the river. Thingy-majiggy.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would like to hit it with my. Well, I'd like to just hit it.
Okay. Roll that attack. Is you miss, unfortunately, but it's a near miss. It only just manages to get out of the way in time. And what about Rufus Rat?
It can't really do anything other than move. because it can't attack or anything, which is irritating.
Mhm.
So maybe it'll just move forward to see if it can attract one of the walls in its direction.
Yeah. Okay, dokes.
We'll move on.
I did not mean to turn my mic on to cough. I thought I was turning it off. That is my bad entirely.
So that wolf's going to try and attack the spiritual weapon, which does do nothing obviously as well. Iron, it is your turn.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that while I can still get those three, kind of. I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire over. It's a 20-foot cube. Wait, I'll just link it. And yeah.
I guess that's the sort of thing you're aiming at?
No, yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Over those three wolves, and they all need to do a DC 13 dexterity saving throw.
Okay, dokes. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 2 of them make the grade. 1 of them does not. Been fairy fire, so let's give it that symbol.
It glows bright pink. Hot pink magenta.
I'm not too good with colours, so I'm
No, it's okay.
The same colour as your square.
same colour as the square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That bright pink enough for you, Ion?
Yes, I'm happy. And everybody has advantage against that one.
Yes.
Okay, dokes. And so that's your action.
Yeah, and then I'm doing my bonus action.
Okay.
So let's have spiritual weapon. That's probably not gonna hit.
That is not going to hit that time. No. Maze.
I would like to rush this guy. Would that put me in a flanking position, or do I have to go around the rock?
You would need to go around the rock because you're basically the rock will count as to try and go over like that. The rock would just count as difficult terrain, so it would be half movement to go over it. So
5, 10. Apparently, I can get there because that would be 5 to where Ion is, 5 to the next square, and then 10 to there.
That's 5 and
yeah, so, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, if you do it that way, then yeah, that's fine. Then yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me, but
No, it seems a bit peculiar.
the
But yeah.
map tool says the thing. So.
Yeah.
So wrong square. And I would like to attempt to net the bastard.
No, not again.
That would be a thing is it's disadvantaged because you're using a ranged attack at melee distance, but it's advantage because you're flanking. So that means that, believe it or not, you are rolling a regular attack with the
Yes!
net.
It's never been done before. Yes.
And that is that will net the wolf.
Yes.
oh my lord.
Oh
But
god,
we
what the hell are you
need
gonna
the
do with
wolves
it?
dead.
Are you gonna try to stick that goddamn thing on
You
me?
just see me cheering, going, "Yeah, fuck you, Ion."
Oh my fucking god.
And I would like to sort of be trying to pin it down.
We know how pinning down creatures has gone in the
Oh
past.
dear.
Hey, you Bill Cosby, that goblin, not me.
Hey, so apparently you're also going to get attacked by another wolf in the bum because you're attacking one of its friends, one of its companions.
Totally worth it. Just totally worth
Yeah,
it.
yeah. That's 8 points of piercing damage,
Yep.
and you need to do a strength saving throw, please.
See, that's weird. I'm not getting those rolls.
Yeah,
What are you
they're
doing?
their GM ones. Basically, because you wouldn't see them anyway because they would if we were around a table they'd be around well they'd be behind a GM board.
Oh yeah,
But
that
yeah, so
dirty, filthy fucking thing.
yeah.
I suppose.
And you are not pinned. You are okay. You've got a wolf kind of like clawing and biting at your back. Jacob,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
Let's try a crossbow, shall we?
At what?
The one that's attacking Vivian.
That one's in a net.
Okay, the one that is in front of Harry then.
Okay. I'm
Uh,
not saying don't attack. I'm just saying it's in a net. I'm just letting you know. Yep. So that'll hit.
yay, 1 damage.
That hasn't got a D. It's meant to be 1d8 plus your dex modifier. So roll a d8 as well, and I'll modify your character sheet.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So that's 5 total then. Dokes. And it comes around to that bright pink wolfer that will give up on trying to attack the mace because it can't do anything and go for the next nearest target, which is Harry. Nibble, nibble, nibble. That'll be 7 points of piercing damage for you there, Harry. And another strength saving throw, please.
It's okay. I got a watermelon instead.
Watermelon.
Fuck.
Oh,
You are on your ass. With the wolf trying to get in
Why
it.
am I not?
He's right, you do.
That wolf is restrained, so it ends up skipping past it. Vivian, it is your turn. There is a netted wolf in front of you, and there are 2 wolves
want to move.
dry humping May.
I want to move to the pink wolf and attack it, and it's attacked at advantage. isn't
That
it?
is right, yeah. So
Yes.
you don't need to be flanking this one to gain advantage against it.
It's also all attacks, so you can do ranged attacks at advantage as
Yep.
well.
So that'll hit. It yelps out in pain. Mouse boy!
Bollocks. Okay, so he's.
Can we
just
please
gonna-
call it Roland?
Oh god. Why Roland?
Roland the rat.
I thought it was a mouse.
He's insisting on having it as a rat.
Simon the it's fine because the next event, next session is going to be called Simon the Shrew, and the event after that will be Victor the Vole. Is it going to keep on changing what actual type of rodent it is?
Can I have a unicorn?
No. Kevin the Capybara.
God, not a
It's
cat.
just gonna move.
Capybaras are actually.
Huge, I know.
No, which ones are the ones that are like always smiling? That always have that look of just like, hey. No,
Alright,
they're.
it will
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Neville the Naked
Those-
Mole Rat. That'll be one of the other ones as well.
Why not Rufus? Ooh. Old TV show reference.
This
What's
one
the
is
little
going
bitch mouse and big blue bear's house called?
Bitch Mouse.
Big blue bear, the fuck?
You know,
Bear in the Big Blue House. Yeah.
yeah, that one.
Nibble, nibble on under Vivian. That's managed to roll 2 3s, so that's not gonna work. Ion.
Yes.
I clearly missed something. Why is there a purple wolf?
Because it's got a
we've got advantage on it.
It got fairy fired.
Oh, I see.
Which is why I aimed for that one because it had advantage.
Oh.
This would be
there's-
perfect to do.
There's
Fairy
also I managed to net one, so if you don't want to kill it, that would be nice.
Yeah,
Well, no,
this
but we
one's-
have to kill them for the quest because we need the pet
Well,
and dead wolves.
if you do drive a spike through its head, you get advantage and an automatic critical hit.
Oh,
Well, it's advantage, and if you land the attack, it's also critical.
okay. I'm gonna pull out my crossbow and shoot at my pink wolf. With advantage.
Red rocket.
Does it die?
Yep.
Yeah.
With a crossbow bolt in its chest.
Nice. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to move up Big Mama and fucking decimate this wolf's tailbone into nothingness. Let's try that. With advantage because it is flanked now.
Yes.
You're going to hammer it in the ass.
I love doing that. Nice.
It's exactly lethal.
Nice. Hey,
Break-
I'm not too...
Break its spine, and as it slumps down to the ground, it starts hyperventilating with its head in the water and quickly drowns itself.
Jesus fuck.
Two bitches with one idiot. There we
I
go.
like with that. You broke its spine, it drowned.
Yeah.
All right.
Fuck.
Maeve, you're
I
currently...
realised that my pacifist battle strategy isn't going to work if I don't have like multiple nets, which means that I need to go into town and buy more nets after this.
He's just like, "We're back, guys," and he just like gets up from the battle, walks off, and leaves. Let's pop to town. Back in a minute.
I would like to get up.
Hello, wake up. Sorry, carry on.
Oh god, really? Really? With that? Really?
Why don't you put a little makeup? You want to do? And I will prepare an attack for if this thing tries to strike me, or my ally, or Rat Boy.
Rat Boy is now superhero.
Yes. It's
Rat
Master
boy.
Splinter.
It's going to
You-
attack
you-
you, Harry.
You know you got to call it Scabbers. Okay, I would like to
Yes.
preemptively strike.
Okay, go for it.
Pedigree.
Boom.
So as it growls and lunges forward, you skewer your sword goes through its palate into its skull. Boom. And the Wurfer is deader.
You guys killed those things fast as hell. What the shit?
Oh, we did. No direwolf this time, so.
I just realised I probably could have had advantage at that.
How so?
It was flanked by Rat Boy.
Does that count?
No, the mouse doesn't count as a combatant, so it wouldn't get it.
I'm going to step up to Mr. Wolf as he's the last one.
He's in the net.
Yes. It's been netted.
So you have advantage on the attack,
Yes.
and if you hit, it basically dies.
Yes.
But I please don't kill it.
That will do it. That'll just like, I mean, because like just
It's in water, so.
Yeah. yeah. And I am also going to need both Maeve and Vivian to take a Constitution saving
For
throw.
fuck's sake. Jesus Christ.
Can I burn
Or
the...
take 11 points of damage. That shouldn't be.
Oh, I did it at advantage.
But it's still the right roll.
Yeah, it's still the right roll. Well, basically, what I was making the DC for the Constitution saving throw was the attack, the hit. So Harry's noticed what's going on and managed to quickly step from the water onto the shore, given the fact that he's standing right next to it. Vivian, not facing Jacob and seeing what's going on with it, is standing there basically in the middle of the stream, quite proud with her glaive at having fought off these two wolves, and gets a rather startling sensation coursing up her legs, and she does take what would be the damage. So
I have an interesting point though. There's
Yeah.
actually 3 people in this river.
uh,
No, Rat Boy is on the side. He's on the path.
well,
Not in
let's
the water.
let's have a
Con
constitution.
save for
Let's have a
Rat
con
Boy.
save for Rat Boy. He rolls a 17.
It's okay.
He's
Well,
a
the-
water rat.
The
May
D,
I ask a question?
the DC for the con save was the attack roll, the 23. So yeah, the little mouse has just thumped into a little fey puff of smoke.
Oh no.
Because it's only a little fey mouse, but you just hear like a little squeakiness of poof sound.
Sorry.
I think Vivian is a little bit distracted by herself
Sorry for
taking.
that as well.
No, can I?
Yay,
can I
science!
ask a question, please? sir?
Yes, yes.
If they're in the same area where my body
It's
was,
no, it's not. It's not the same area. I'm just reusing some of the maps. It's not actually the
Okay,
same
'cause
area.
I was gonna say they could search around where my
Yeah,
corpse was.
yeah. No, I get that, but no, it's Thank you for calling me sir, by the way. Thank you for that. But no, it's just because I've only got a few maps that I've got prepared, so I'm just recycling some of the maps. So this particular instance, no, is not the same map.
Did the net survive?
The net has survived. The net survived fine because the net was wet as well. So
net
the
immediately.
I
Quest-
thought it might have got.
question, mate,
probably
Harry, how immediately?
Oh
Immediately.
Immediately.
After Vivian has stopped convulsing.
You're no fun. There's a mine net.
I thought it
You
might.
make it
Have,
sound like some sort of Crash Bandicoot sketch.
I thought it might have got a little bit crispy with the electric. I thought.
No, because it was itself. It was wet. The net just helped to focus the electrical charge.
Wow.
A net was wet.
Indeed.
Anywho.
Vivian, you have had a spark course through your body. Your hair is standing slightly on end and smoking a little bit as well.
I feel it in my fingers.
Your left eye your left eye has developed a slight twitch.
That was kind of shocking.
Electricity is all around.
Oh, disadvantage.
And you can hear buzzing.
That's just me.
We're gonna rock down to
Electric Avenue. And then we take it
Take it higher.
Da, 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 da. Oh man,
Sorry,
I'm
Vivian, you need a wake up call.
I'm gonna learn all the songs about fire and electricity. Oh, you know the one we missed that really should have been included.
What's up?
You've been thunderstruck. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I'm done.
Disadvantage. Radio. But you are out of your turn order and stuff. So if there's anything you would like to do in this area, have a quick think. I'm going to quickly nip to the loo because I can't hold this until we finish. And then we'll be finishing up. We'll do Nigh's little animal handling stuff, and we'll find somebody to host. So back in a couple of minutes.
Okay, as far as I'm concerned, I'm sitting on a rock. I'm having nothing to do with this.
I need to write my script for what Nigh is gonna say. While he's talking to these wolves.
I've come to a very serious character decision to this session.
What?
Me? Fuck no.
I will not attack anything
Oh.
unless it tries to kill me first.
Didn't you do that last time?
Or, alternatively, if it doesn't kill me first, I have to try and restrain it.
No.
Seriously, that's...
Oh shit.
Nigh, in your speech, find somewhere to get the net away from him.
I kind of need the net for half my plan to work, though. Can we just keep it, please?
No.
No, it's gonna be kind of like a
It's just going to be...
heartfelt
It's
sort
got to
of
be... It's
thing
got
as
to be
I'm
one of
talking
those
to these
running things.
little wolf pups. Like, you guys won't be there to hear it, so you won't know what the fuck's going on. So,
What you doing?
oh, I'm gonna sit and have a talk with the wolves while I'm sitting there carving up the rabbit that's in my backpack right in front of them, because then I can say, now be nice and you can have some.
But do you still have your bag since you died?
I
Well,
should have. I
you
would
are.
assume that they would have grabbed it. It was on my person.
But yeah, my plan from this to pretty much just use reactions and nets until we get to something that is obviously big, bad, evil. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Well,
because
how
you're
many
tired
more
of being
days we
the
got on
asshole, right?
Winterkeep?
We've got like 3-4 days in town, but you know what I'm doing is definitely suboptimal. But you know I can heal myself.
I can heal
No,
myself.
actually,
It's
that's
fine.
actually what I'm probably should be doing.
I'm back.
I'm gonna get myself. I'm gonna lay hands on myself.
In public.
No, I think they're in the woods.
How many levels into Paladin are you, by the way, Harry?
Like 3, 4.
Okay, do you want to update your lay on hands to give you a maximum of for what it should be? Because at the moment you've got it set to being 5 out of 5. It should be 5 times your what's the level? Paladin level.
Oh, okay, cool.
I've dropped and lost the dice somewhere. It'll show up. It'll show up. It'll show up. They always show up. Okay, folks. Okay, so party. What are we doing here with these wolves?
I'm gonna leave the wolves to Vivian again, and I'm gonna try to find some game. I'm gonna try to hunt, which
Okay,
I'm pretty bad at. What do I roll?
There'd be a survival check to do that sort of thing.
Okay. I have it. Gotta put it on normal. Do I find something?
You find things like some root vegetables and stuff. So you don't find anything that you'd be able to feed to the things, to the wolves, but you do find something for yourself to eat if you would like to.
Okay, I'll take it.
So I'd be doing 4 survival checks and to skin the wolves again.
Yes. Yeah, so you have no problems skinning the wolves. They're all in fine condition.
Excellent.
Excellent.
And anyone else have anything else they would like to do?
Is there any more wolfies around? That's the question.
None more that you can see.
If I sort of over here where they came from. Maybe perception or
If you're looking to find, well, if you're looking to see if you can see any, it would be perception. If you're actually actively looking for tracks, it's survival.
no, there's no traps. Just looking for more wolves.
No, you don't see any. Well, you can give us a perception check then. No, you don't see any more wolves with your perception there.
Okay.
Do you just want to be heading back to town?
Yeah, there's nothing else to do.
Okay. So then let's have let's whilst you guys are doing this, where you've gone back out and then heading back to town. Let's catch up with Nigh, who's been spending some time with the little wolf pups.
Okay, so Now walks in the room. He sees the two cages. He's a little nervous. He's a little nervous. He sits down in front of the cages. Or are they separated, or are they like right next to each other?
Right next to each other.
Okay. So Nigh sits in front and he goes, "So, you see they've roped you little guys into this too. Sorry they killed your parents. They're awkward people. But they're alright. They brought my ass back to life. I've been nothing but a dick to them, so I guess maybe in the long run I'm the one that's fucked up. But they're good. Sometimes. I don't know about that paladin. He's got a bit of an attitude. A bit of a holier than thou kind of thing going. But you know, people are people. You can't really change them. It's their nature, you know. And as I'm doing that, I have the do I still have that rabbit that was in my backpack?
Yeah.
So
Well,
as I'm doing that,
yeah, we assumed that you humanely ended the rabbit.
yes. Well, I'm preparing it and everything, and I'm cutting up the rabbit and getting it ready to either cook it or feed it to the animals. And I think to myself, it might be smarter to, you know, give them some actual food instead of salted meat. And so I'm holding the rabbit pieces and I say, "All right, if you guys are good, and you let me pet you, and you don't try to take my fingers off, you can have some. All right?
Okay.
Does that sound like a plan?"
So that'll be
I just
some
kind of pulled it out
animal
of the-
handling rolls.
Yes. Fuck. Really? What the fuck?
Roll on
So
the
if they start
permanent
snapping
injuries
at me?
chart.
Are
I-
you supposed to be good at animal?
No, I think that it's safe to say that what would actually happen there is that it ignored you. You know, there's like they're not paying you any attention.
Yeah. So do I get to try again?
You can try with the other one, but that specific one, no, you won't be able to try it again with that particular one.
We'll call him Snooty.
No, it's Karen from financing.
God. So how many chances would I be able to get before they get back?
You would have 2 opportunities with each wolf.
Okay, before we do what with them, or before I can't make any more for the day?
Yeah, basically that's the, you know, before you kind of like you'd exhaust your ability to spend time with them, as it were.
Okay, so I have 3 more chances then.
You have one more chance with each wolf.
No, because I didn't do it with the second one.
Oh right, yeah. So
so I have
after,
three chances.
yeah, three chances total. Yeah.
Alright, so let's go with the second one. A little bit better.
Yeah.
But
So
that's not enough, is it?
it takes some of the meat from your fingers.
Alright, and then I look at the other one and I say, "Alright, please be good this time. Alright? Because I don't want you to have to stay in this cage for very long. Who knows what that..."
So you
I
spend
will
you
do.
spend about another hour or so with them, just like, you know, you just doing the whole talking softly to them, trying to talk them around, sort of thing for it, and then we basically after that hour, as it were, you can do another roll. So let's
I'm
have
just
a
gonna do 2 just to see.
yep.
Fuck.
Yeah, well, so the one that originally ignored you is sort of like it comes around a little bit, and it takes some of the meat from your fingers, but the other one is just sort of like sleeping at this point and not really paying you any attention.
Alright. So.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's
So-
nothing left for me
Yeah,
to do.
so that's what we're going to do. So when we, we'll stop the session there, and when we pick up next week, it'll be with the party having returned to town, and go from there. So what we're going to do is we're going to end the recording here, so that it can get ready to go up on YouTube. So YouTube watchers, we shall see you next time. Take care, my friends. Everybody say bye bye, bye bye YouTube,
See you
bye bye
later.
YouTube, bye bye YouTube.
Goodbye,
Why did this turn into
everybody.
a children's show?
Yeah, we're gonna go safe for work. Bye.
Bye.
Family friendly D&D.
Please,
Come
we're
see
not
us next
using anything to hurt
week.
us.
We're so fucking family friendly.
Shut up, you cunt.
At least friendly.
Family friendly.